The 2010 Twin Cities Marathon is proud to partner with the following gold sponsors: Brooks, ING, and Orange Seed.
The elite women started at 7:03, all vying for the $10,000 first prize. At the halfway mark, 5-time winner of this race, Katie McGregor of St. Louis Park, Minnesota, has a short lead on Renee Metivier Ballet. It was basically a two-woman race, and Katie breaks the tape at 54:21 in preparation for the New York City Marathon this fall. Renee finished 16 seconds back in second place. And congrats to Team USA Minnesota member Megan Armstrong with a new personal best, finishing in fourth.
There are your top 10 for the 10 mile. Here's a good look at the marathon route. Starts at the Dome, works its way down Hennepin, and at Lake Calhoun is where the runners hit the 5-mile mark.
Wheelers, take your mark!
17 wheelers were in the field this year. The favorite had to be Saul Mendoza, who has won this event on 6 previous occasions. Adam Blakeney and Aaron Pike out of Champaign, Illinois, would provide some competition for Saul. It was really a 3-man race most of the way. It was a mass of humanity as the runners lined up outside the Dome. More than 11,000 runners were entered into the marathon. Some of the runners had Olympic aspirations. Some were looking for personal bests. Others were just eager to reach the finish line. The conditions were ideal, with temperatures in the 40s at the start, calm winds, sunny skies. A beautiful day for a run through the cities. The marathon weaves its way through the Minneapolis Lakes area toward the halfway point for the marathon. But for one runner, it means a whole lot more.
Micah was our first son. He brought us a lot of joy, and very active little boy. Enjoyed sitting in the running stroller with me around the lake here at Lake Nokomis. And so during the spring and summer of 2009, we had some great days together running around the lakes here at South Minneapolis.
But then the unthinkable happened, and little Micah, who brought so much joy to the Westmans, passed away at only 9 months of age.
It was very difficult. You know, it's never something that you would think would happen to you. You know, you learn what it means to have a new normal when a son dies, and that grief is never going to go away. And you learn what it's like to live without him, and sort of with your dreams gone for what you had hoped to have your life look like.
And even though the grieving process for Corey and his wife Heather will never truly end, it is their faith that has kept them strong and put them on a path to help out others in need.
I'm running in memory of my son, Micah, who passed away, and to raise awareness about grieving parents and support for the Micah Westman Foundation, which is to provide support for grieving parents. So I've been able to garner some financial support from friends and colleagues and other work connections on a per-mile basis to finish the marathon.
And while every step taken is another step towards helping those in need, Corey knows that he will have a heavy heart as he passes the midway point.
It will be an emotional day because of the time that I spent with Micah here. His body is in Lakewood Cemetery, which is on Calhoun as well. And so between the run by Calhoun and the run here closer to home, he's always on my mind, but particularly so around these lakes.
Today is a great tribute to Micah, one his new baby brother Owen is probably extremely proud of.
Back to the wheelers, and no shocker here. Saul Mendoza wins the race for the 7th time. What an accomplishment. There are the results. Christina takes the women's title.
Through the race, Adam, Aaron, and I were pushing all the way together and kind of like trading the lead until the end that I have a little more strength, a little bit more power.
Had some good climbs in there, but we had a good pack of 3 off the front for most of the race.
There's a lot of old guys pushing really well, it seems like. I don't know, man. I want to know his secret.
Coming up next, all of the action as the 2010 marathon winners get ready to cross the finish line.
It's such a beautiful time of the year in St. Paul. You know, the leaves are out, the temperatures are right, no bugs, which is always nice. But then you see the thousands of people that line that route all the way, you know, from the minute you get into the city and really across the whole course from the Metrodome on. It gives you a lot of pride.
Welcome back to the show. What a great tradition. Alan Page, an NFL Hall of Famer, with his sousaphone supporting the runners. It's the thousands of volunteers that make this race the success it is. Beautiful sounds greeting the runners as they enter the streets of St. Paul. After more than 26 miles of racing, there's no more beautiful sight than the finish line. Sergio Reyes races to the finish with Jeffrey Eggleston in close pursuit. Reyes wins the Twin Cities Marathon and the USA Championship. It's a redemptive run for an athlete who finished 59th in the race back in 2005.
I knew what to expect. There was plenty of guys that I knew, had a really good shot, a lot of potential of winning it. They were favorites and stuff. I definitely put my name in the hat and thought I had a good chance of competing up there with them. And today, it just went my way. So I'm really thankful for that.
We're here in the women's marathon. Bujna Stiba has a big lead here around Lake Harriet. She's at about mile 15 where she's 4 minutes up from second place and she's on course record pace. She's gonna go around the river road and up the hills where it gets hard. She hits summit, her pace slows, but her lead extends. Bujna Stiba crosses the tape in 2:27:23. She's the first person ever to win both the Grandmas and the Medtronic Twin Cities Marathon in the same year. And here's the women's results. Bujna Stiba taking the win, Svetlana Ponomarenko in second, and congratulations to 15 women who qualified for the Olympic trials in Houston in January 2012.
Corey Westman completing part of his journey.
Well, I had to hold back tears a couple times around Nokomis, and as much as I enjoyed it today, I certainly give it back to have him back. I'm so grateful for friends and family and colleagues who supported me in this way.
What an accomplishment for Tyler Bowes, his first ever marathon.
Oh, I'm just ecstatic that I'm alive and able to do this. I thank every one of my people who donated money. Hope it goes to a cure.
As the global heroes crossed the finish line, the emotions were high. What an inspirational achievement by these courageous athletes.
All they're trying to do is show that people can do something like this. I've got a new aortic valve, and anybody can go out and run the marathon. That you can have a great quality of life, and I feel absolutely super.
Perfect day. The trees, the lakes, the organization, top to bottom, just an outstanding event.
I think the message is about achievement, about hope, about return to a normal, not more than a normal lifestyle, but a healthy lifestyle.
So many great stories proving once again why this marathon is called the most beautiful urban marathon in America.
And running is a year-round activity in Minnesota, and keep track of all the action at the Twin Cities in Motion website, mtcmarathon.org.
So thanks for joining us, and get out there and train.
Great job.
So I'm running for
bringing the crew together.
There you go.